Let's get more on this now with Ahmed Mitchell, who joins us from Atlanta, Georgia. He's the National Deputy Executive Director of the Council on American-Islamic Relations. Thank you so much for being with us. We know that this case that Nicaragua has brought against Germany is quite a historic one because it's not looking to punish Israel directly. It's in fact looking at countries that are supporting it, such as Germany. Might we see other cases like this pop up in the future?
If you look around the world, most governments and most people recognize that what the Israeli government is perpetrating in Gaza is a genocide. In the global south, especially, there is great recognition and sympathy with the Palestinian people. And so I think these countries like Nicaragua and South Africa have recognized they have power too. They have the power to haul the Israeli government and those supporting the Israeli government before these international bodies to be held accountable for their misconduct. We can't have countries claiming they support the United Nations and human rights and then sending weapons to support a war criminal in Benjamin Netanyahu. Arming a war criminal makes you a war criminal. So I do believe that more countries will take this step to hold other nations accountable for enabling the genocide.
In the latest hearing, Germany said that Israel's security is at the core of its foreign policy because of the dark history and its role in the Holocaust, the murder of some 6 million Jews during World War II. What's your response to that? So Germany clearly feels it has a sense of responsibility in the wake of its own atrocity against the Jewish people.
The centerpiece of any country's foreign policy should be human rights. And Germany's responsibility for the horror of the Holocaust should make it the leader in recognizing the importance of defending human rights around the world and opposing genocide. So the German government is actually, it thinks it has learned its lesson, but it hasn't. It has mislearned the lesson. It should be ensuring that no sort of genocide ever occurs around the world again, especially with its support. And the best thing it can do if it wants to be a friend of the Israeli government is to stop it from committing the genocide. That is what the German government should be doing if it truly has learned the lessons of its horrific past.
And we know that calls for countries such as Germany, the UK, and indeed the United States, calls for those countries to stop arming Israel really intensified in the wake of the killing of 7 aid workers in an Israeli strike last week. Yet we still have commitments from the United States that it will continue to sell arms. We heard the UK Foreign Secretary in Washington say that it would also do the same. Should countries bear more responsibility in that sense, that in fact by supplying Israel with arms, they are in fact being complicit in the killing of innocent Gazans?
The Israeli government, when this war started, made openly racist genocidal threats, saying there were no civilians in Gaza, that Palestinians were human animals, and that's why it was okay to cut off food and fuel and water to them. Any government that is continuing to provide bombs and bullets to Benjamin Netanyahu's government after 6 months of genocide is absolutely complicit in what is happening. And now you most recently seen them killing systematically 7 foreign aid workers, including British citizens, Americans. Any government that continues to fund what is happening in Gaza at this point cannot claim to be ignorant or unaware or helping Israel defend itself. This is a genocide. It is obviously a genocide, and anyone who gives a single bullet to this government is complicit in that genocide.
Okay, Ahmed Mitchell, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks as always for sharing your analysis with us.
Thank you.